Hi, this is Julie Hill. I'm an independent Kazzaz consultant based in Victoria, Australia, and I just wanted today to share with you how to assemble a telescope card. So this card here, it's got a little ribbon here, and when you pull it, it spins out. It's really cool, quite easy to make, but makes your card just that little bit different. So it swings in and out. And these are the new Kazzaz products for our November 2018 release. And there's some amazing inspirational things in here, particularly great I found for me for the teenage market, but of course could be anything. So we start with the top layer. So I've already pre-cut the circles here, and this is just using a circle die that fits one inside another. You can see here, and this stamp, the circle stamp, is fits the die perfectly, so that's a really good way. So you can see here I've stamped it and it has these little scattered dots around the edge, and this one I've stamped and heat embossed and then cut out just the circle. So it adds that bit of contrast and it's a little bit shiny. You can see if I can pick that up in the light there. But yeah, so I'll show you. We start from the top and work our way down. So first of all I'm going to attach these circles together, and we need to put our little tab of ribbon in here. So to do that I'm going to use glue dots, and I'm just going to pop the ribbon, I'm not sure if you can see this, pop the ribbon halfway onto the glue dot and then pull it off. I try not to touch the glue dots with my fingers because they do get very sticky and you usually end up with them everywhere. And then I'm just going to fold that ribbon in half so that the glue dot is holding the two ends together and I've got the loop on the other end. Then what I'm going to do is attach that to the back of this piece where I want it. So I want that pattern on a slight angle, and I want this to be on the right hand side. If you're making a card for a left-hander, you might want to assemble it the opposite way. But that is just attached there now with that glue dot being half out. Now we're going to add some glue. Now the glue I use is the Ranger Multi-Medium. What I do though is it comes in a tub and I put it in, this is an old Glossy Accents bottle with an icicles nib, but yeah, I put it in a bottle, but whichever liquid glue. The only reason I use glue is because on a round shape it's quicker and easier than trying to use tape. So put some glue, include some glue over the end of the ribbon, and the other advantage of using a liquid glue for this is that once you put it down you can slide it around, and you want to try and get that piece centered on top of the piece below. So once that's on there, we can now attach this piece. And this piece I'm going to attach with Magic Mount that I've already cut up. So this is just a double-sided foam adhesive. And I'll just pop that around. I usually put about 5 pieces around the edge. I tend to be reasonably heavy-handed because you want it to hold up. So just pop those on, and then we can take them off, the backings off. And now I'm going to line this image on here up with the image on the other piece. So just get that around the right way and attach that over there. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky and you need to make sure you've got things around the right way. When we pull the card out, we want this writing to be up the right way. But when the card is closed, which I'll show you back on this piece, so when the card's open, it's all up the right way. But as you close it, you'll notice that it turns upside down. So this piece in under here, the writing is upside down now. So when we assemble it, we want to make sure this is upside down, which it is to me. I'll turn it around so you can see it's upside down, and then we're going to put that straight over the top. So I'll do it up this way. So this is upside down, this piece is up the correct way, and we're just going to line that up in the centre. Once that's lined up, I'm just going to use the paper piercer, and I'm going to pierce a hole directly opposite where that ribbon is. And I tend to do it around about here, where the gap is between the paper and the cardstock underneath, just because I find that's a nice size to put it in. So picking that up, and piercing through there. And then I had some brads here, and I'm going to pop one of these brads through here. So just pop the brad through so it pokes out the other side, and then you just split it open like so, like that. And now to make that nice and flat, because at the moment it's sticking up a little bit, pop it back on your work surface. I use the round end of the paper piercer, put it on and just give it a good push down. And now you'll find that that brad is sitting really nice and flat on the back. Now we're going to attach this to the green piece that it sits on. The reason for putting your brad in first is that then you're not going to see your brad on the back of the other piece. So once again, just using some glue, up a bit going around, put a bit near the brad because that'll just help support your paper a little bit. And now we're going to line that piece up so it's centered on top of the green piece underneath. And I just do it all by eye. You get a feel for it after a while. And give it a good push down, get that glue in. Now you might have noticed I didn't put the glue too close to the edge because you don't want too much seeping out, but the multi-medium is quite good because it doesn't show up once it dries if it has oozed out a little bit. But obviously you could use Glossy Accents or whatever glue you prefer. Pop that lid on. And now we're going to do, now this piece comes out here like this, and it shows up really well. So once again like that. So you do need to be mindful of what you're putting here and where you're placing it, because this brad is quite a way in from the edge, as you can see. So now that we've got that piece done, we're then going to attach it to this piece. So once it's open, it's going to be up this way, and so when it's closed, we need this bit upside down. So working with that piece upside down and this piece up the right way. And this open just to keep this ribbon out of the way, otherwise you'll find it'll be in your way. And you're just going to line that up again, like so. And now this time you're going to have a line from here across through this brad and across to here, and that's where you're going to want your brad. So piercing through, I have got a cutting mat underneath my surface here, so that's what I'm piercing into. Pop your brad in, open it up. Oops, this one doesn't want to open up as easily. Open your brad up, and once again flip it over and give it a good push down to make sure it's nice and flat. And now you have your card with all the writing up the right way. I'll hold it the other way for you. And that opens up right. So now we know that we've got that right. We can then just do the final piece and attach that on here. So once again, just a little bit of glue, you don't need a huge amount. Put too much glue on, it could warp your paper. There's just no need for it. And lining this piece up centrally on here and giving that a good push down. Just closing this to make sure it's all even. And that's it, nice and easy. You've now got your card completed. So obviously you don't have to put writing on, you could put images on, you could put whatever. You could leave this section just for writing on. And I've also made this as a hidden journaling pocket for a scrapbook layout. So I made it so this didn't have any writing, so I can journal on it. And I changed this so it was up the right way. I'll just show you a sample of that. So that this will be placed at the top of the scrapbook page, so that when you pull this up through the top of the pocket, you've got your writing, it's cool to be kind, and room in here for journaling. So it doesn't have to just be for your card making. Obviously you could do it, you could put it in a junk journal, you could put it in your art journal, in a scrapbook, whatever you like to do, but it's just a really cool technique to have a little telescopic one. And you can also do it with other shapes, so you could use ovals, you could use cogs, best probably to be round shapes. I haven't tried it with a heart or anything like that, because obviously you're going to have problems with either this upside down, so it's up the right way when it's closed, or it's going to be upside down when it's in the middle. And obviously you could make it longer if you wanted to as well, and you could use the same size circles one on top of the other, so that when it was shut it was all just one size. But it gives you the basic idea and you can run with it and create. I'd love to see some pictures of what you make. Thanks for watching. Bye.